We are at a pivotal moment in America's history, and for business leaders and entrepreneurs alike, it means an unprecedented reawakening about the issues associated with racial, economic, and social injustice in our country. For the last 4 years, DivInc has been in this fight for equity in entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs wield social influence and power by setting new standards in how we work and how we behave towards one another. More than half of the new businesses started in the United States over the past decade are founded by underrepresented entrepreneurs. We help transform ecosystems by expanding the talent pool of underrepresented entrepreneurs, mentors, and investors through our accelerator programs, events, and partnerships. Our success has resulted in the execution of 7 accelerator programs consisting of 85 founders with 63 early-stage companies that have raised $14.2 million in equity capital and created over 250 jobs. The power of entrepreneurship has not yet been realized in our communities, and DivInc is forging a path to make this a reality for today, for a better tomorrow. If you believe in this work, and you want to be part of this change in your community, join us. We need to do this together. Get involved. Stay involved. Our work has just begun. We are DivInc.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to DivInc Houston Demo Day. First off, this means so much to me to be able to play such a role into bringing DivInc to Houston, being that this is my hometown, H-Town. All right. So this is really special for me. My name is Ashley Dewalt. I'm the managing director of DivInc Houston. And my tag team partner, Joy M. Hutton, who's the program director. And before we get started, I have some thank yous because without these partners, none of this would be happening. All right. So I want to first thank Mayor Turner. I want to thank Nate Thompson, Kim Hatter, Shannon Buggs, and the rest of the City of Houston team for just being an advocate for DivInc, because again, they played a pivotal role in us being here today. All right. And then I also want to thank my man, Jan. I saw Jan right there. I want to thank Jan. I also want to thank Danae. I also want to thank the rest of the ION team for their continued support. I also want to thank Christine and Courtney from the ION team as well, too. Again, they're our partners. We thank them for allowing us to host this event tonight, and we look forward to being here for the long run. Next up, I want to thank Kim Evans, Robert Hines, and the rest of the JP Morgan Chase team for their continued support and partnership. I also want to thank my main man, Blair Guru, Heath Butler, and the rest of the Mercury Fund team for their tremendous support and just everything that all of them have done thus far since we've expanded to Houston. It's been incredible. And just we're so thankful for their partnership. Last but not least, I want to thank Katie Davis as well as Joshua Ness and the rest of the Verizon team, who's our cohort 8 sponsor. And we're just extremely excited about all of the things that we plan to do here in Houston. And so I want to take this time to recognize our CEO, Preston James. I want him to take the stage, so let's welcome him. And he's going to share a few words. He's going to share the vision for what we plan to do and where we've been.
All right. Good evening, everyone. How are you? Everybody's good?
Because, I live off the energy, so you have to give me energy. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, so I want to take a few moments. I just want to thank you all for joining us this evening. It's very exciting for me personally, as this journey to Houston has been kind of long, but at the same time, it's just beginning. Right? And we're so excited about some of those partnerships that we mentioned, but we continue to evolve as an organization focused on transforming the startup ecosystems in which we serve. And it's really important for us to transform these ecosystems and make them more inclusive, right, for all of us, by removing these barriers that underrepresented entrepreneurs face. So DivInc exists to generate equity in entrepreneurship. We exist essentially to build a pipeline of innovation from awesome, yet underfunded, underestimated, underrepresented founders. We exist to be the voice of change, and we exist so that one day that we don't have to exist. So we will not, for DivInc's perspective, we will not stop until we create the sustainable systemic change that we need in our society. So we've got a lot of work to do. Our focus has always been and will continue to be to address the gaps in the startup ecosystem. And more specifically, we're focused on early stage founders at MVP stage and really trying to get them to that pre-seed and seed stage of growth. So our goal is to, really putting the infrastructure in place to make that happen. And for us to help these founders navigate the entrepreneurship journey, because we know that journey is full of weird turns, if you will. And so we created, DivInc to be the home for all of us, right? So a place where our culture and the way we work help our entrepreneurs and everyone that touches us to thrive. So as I mentioned, we're just getting started. And of course, to create this systemic change, we can't do this all by ourselves. Right? So we pride ourselves on being able to collaborate with the existing and also emerging leaders in the ecosystem. And that includes the universities, venture capital, innovation hubs, corporations, foundations, and our peer accelerator programs around town. And our work matters because you matter. Our work matters because people want to create transformative change, and they want to get it right. We matter because we know this is socially and economically good for all of us. So I'm going to extend my hand and my heart to all of you who are there, whether you're here with us in Houston or you're out there virtually. I'm extending my hand and my heart to come and join us in this mission to generate equity in entrepreneurship. So, and thank you. So are you guys excited for tonight? Okay. So I've got one more thing that I want to share with you that I'm personally proud of and excited before I turn it over to these amazing founders. And I say this with great pride, that today is DivInc's 5th anniversary. And so I want to take a moment to welcome my team. And my team is supposed to be coming up with me right now. That's sort of in the script, it's in the script. I want to bring my wonderful team up here, a DivInc team. And where is my board member? My team and my board member. We have one board representative here today to come join me. And so I want to thank my awesome DivInc family and staff, board members, founders, mentors, sponsors, Founder Circle members. These are all the folks that have been on this journey with me for the last 5 years to make this vision of mine a reality. So I just want to give a big hearty thanks to all of you.
Preston James. We would like to give you this gift in recognition of DivInc's 5-year anniversary. A big thanks to you and Dana for being change makers, for having the vision and the dedication to build this incredible organization, serving underrepresented entrepreneurs and creating a better future. You are an amazing leader, and we cannot wait to see what the next 5 years brings. Wait. So, on behalf of Brooke and Joy and Charlie and Ashley and David and myself and our board and our volunteers and all of the founders that we serve, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you.
All right, I'm on. I'm gone. Let's talk. Let's go. Here you go. I need to do this properly. Do I get some music with this too? Okay. Anyway, so it gives me great pleasure, right, to introduce to you a great friend, really a difference maker here in Houston as well. Joy is a joy. Joy's a joy, but she is sort of like this quiet riot. She does such amazing work in the community outside of DivInc, right? And she has really brought that value into our DivInc family. A leader in the community in Houston, and now she's part of what we are doing, and she's our awesome program director running our first cohort here in Houston. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome Joy M. Hutton.
Thank you. I never get a proper introduction. I got to make him give me an introduction. Got to beg for an introduction. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you, Preston. Thank you especially for trusting me to lead these group of founders. This is an emotional day, guys. I'm excited, but I'm also emotional because we have spent the last 12 weeks together. And we are here. I know you guys couldn't imagine what this day was going to look like, but we're here. I know you had all types of concerns, but thank you, Preston, for trusting me to lead this group. And thank you, founders, for trusting me to lead you. You guys are so special to me. Thank you. You are the inaugural Houston cohort, so you'll always hold a special place in my heart and in this city, because you're the first. So the first is always the best. Right? So speaking of the first, we're going to kick off this demo day with Kenneth Osazawa with AstroTask. He is the project management extraordinaire. All right.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kenneth Osazawa, and I'm the founder of AstroTask, where we're helping teams improve by 1% every day. Raise your hand if you've ever used any type of project management software, you or your team. Okay. Keep your hands raised. Keep your hands raised. If you've ever had any lackluster experience of any kind, difficulty in use, not necessarily improving project efficiency, or just tasks getting lost or just falling behind, well, you're not alone. According to the Project Management Institute, 43% of projects finish above the initially allocated budget, and 49% finish after its initially scheduled completion date. That's why AstroTask was born. AstroTask is an intuitive collaboration and project management software that empowers teams to make timely, data-driven decisions based on AI analytics. AstroTask uses actionable alerts and insights to help teams save time, money, and ultimately headaches. Some of the ways that AstroTask is a benefit to companies and to teams are bottlenecks that could disrupt the scope of a project when you have too many tasks on your plate, or times and dates that you are most and least productive. Due to the COVID-19 outbreak, this market is expected to grow at the highest rate ever due to the rise in digitization, digital work, and digital education in every single country. Our market opportunity is $50 million. You might ask yourself, what makes AstroTask different from the project management software that my team is already using? Well, AstroTask is the only collaboration software on this page listed that enables teams to spend less time learning the software, wasting time in check-in meetings that probably just could have been an email, or utilizing predictive analytics that is a subset of artificial intelligence to give your team a competitive advantage. So, our go-to-market strategy. We plan on having direct outreach to small businesses, seed stage startups, and remote teams. We plan on partnering with co-working spaces and startup accelerators, and we plan on taking a community and organic approach with places like Twitter, Facebook groups, Reddit, Indie Hacker, and even launching a product hunt campaign. So our traction, currently we are classified as a pre-revenue company, but we have 40 users on a 14-day free trial as we speak with our product that has just been accepted into the Lightspeed Venture Partners marketplace. Thank you. Our business model is that we will charge $12 per user per month, in which you will get a whole suite of premium features. Having spent the last 4 years as a project leader of some sort, whether it being a startup founder, a product manager, or a 2-time technical project manager, I believe that this leadership has the proven track record and the vision to succeed. How can you help AstroTask today? So I challenge 10 teams of 5 or more people to sign up for AstroTask. I challenge 10 teams of 10 or more people to sign up for AstroTask. And if you can't do that, at least help us grow and introduce your friends to AstroTask. Thank you.
All right, make sure you guys are showing Kenneth some love on Air Meet. Woo! All right, next up is Mary Carvajal with BIOS. She is out here changing one life at a time.
I love it. Where's Preston? Preston, you said underserved, underrepresented, and underestimated, and unstoppable, my man. We got a hell of a team, and I'm proud to be a part of it. So, let's get started. There's probably not a single person in this room sitting down that has not yet visited, rushed to a hospital, to a doctor's office, and had to get there, hurry up, sit down, and fill out a ton of paperwork, right? You've been there? So have I. And God forbid you don't have a child sitting on your lap that's not feeling good. Huh, Arielle? We love you. So here comes BIOS. We're not only addressing that problem of redundant data that you can't use anywhere else and got to keep doing it over and over again. We're addressing the market and the fact that that same data is not transparent, can't use it with other providers, and you don't have it in easy access at your fingertips at any time wherever you're at. So take a good look at that picture and let it sink. What if that was you or your child? Wouldn't you want the hospital to have all of your private information and health information right at their fingertips before you even arrived or when you got there? Let's talk about how we solve that. Today, 250,000 to 400,000 people die in early death, and that's just in America. And that's due to not only system errors, but diagnosis errors. So in comes the BIOS. We believe in the power of one in BIOS. One-time entry of your health information, one comprehensive view of all of your data, one biometric scan of your hand that could one day save your life. So how do we do that? We've built a revolutionary solution that's called the BIOS Health Pass. We give you real-time, comprehensive data that you can share with anyone, anywhere in the world. On top of that, it's protected by the highest level of security out there today, which is called blockchain security. And if that's not enough, we're the only company in the world that will allow you to scan your hand in front of a device that we have and biometrically not only identify you, but identify all of your health information. So how did we get here? People ask me, why BIOS? Why now? So we've already talked about the need. We know we need it. We've talked about the incredible technology we have that no one else does. But let's talk about market readiness. In the corporate world, we have a saying that culture eats strategy for breakfast. Market's very much like that. If you don't got a great product, but market's not ready for it, forget about it. We're coming off the coattails of COVID. Everybody has a heightened sense of their health, right? And heightened sense of awareness around their health and well-being. Not only that, there's not a single person in this room that isn't a mogul, right? Everybody has a cell phone and a mobile phone, and they know more about it than they know about their health. We're changing the narrative at BIOS, and we're educating you and helping you to make data-driven decisions around your health. So what sets us apart? There's some big names on that slide up there. Many of you might even have it. You might have a MyChart. You might have data in Cerner. But all the rest of that stuff that we just talked about, shareable with anyone, anywhere in the world, protected by blockchain and a patented technology, well, they don't have that. So what's the market opportunity? It's pretty big. But you know what? Let's talk about what we're doing. So we are bringing multiple markets together across academia and across insurance companies and across medical. But in case you're wondering if I'm trying to boil the ocean, I'm not. We're pretty focused. We're going after academia and mid-sized medical institutions. So where's our traction so far? We've got an LOI from 36 universities in India. We're going to start working with them in July. We're pretty excited about that. They're over 3 countries. And we've got multiple opportunities right here in the great state of Texas with 5 universities that we're going to be working to try to get some pilots in place with. That, amen, glory to God. That, my friends, will bring us to $3.6 million in revenue within the next 12 months. Our leadership team, well, so much for those Mediterranean genes. I'm giving up my age now. So we've got over 80 years in the technology industry, yeah? And we've got an incredible team behind us in our development team, senior developers out of India that are just rock stars. And outside of that, we've got medical professionals around the globe that we've been working with, helping us to design this and bring this to the market. So what's the ask? We need your help. If you've got somebody that you can pull out of that hat of yours or in your network and give us some pilots, or they can bring us in, let us talk to them in the academia, in the mid-market space, in medical industry, please let us know. And by the way, I'm going to end on this note. There have been a few companies in this world that have forever changed their industry. Apple forever changed the way we listen to music and stream music. Airbnb forever changed the way we go out and find out where we want to stay when we're away from home, right? And Amazon forever changed the way of how we actually shop. BIOS is going to forever change the way you access, view, and share health information in the new normal. Join us.
Awesome, Mary. Again, show her some love in the air meeting, our virtual space here. Next up is Tanyelle Edwards of Black Napkin. She is the co-founder, restaurant connoisseur, and her co-founder is a bourbon connoisseur. Let's hear it up for Black Napkin.
Good evening, everyone. Imagine taking your life savings and turning it over to 10 people you've met after a 30-minute interview. Can you imagine it? I know I can. But restaurant owners do this every single day when they're hiring servers and bartenders to manage their dream. They continue to place paper "we're hiring" signs in the windows and drown their job postings on websites like Indeed and Craigslist. Perhaps that's why turnover in the restaurant industry is 74%, with each new hire costing restaurant owners approximately $6,000 each. This could be up to $150,000 for single unit operators. These are individual entrepreneurs and family-owned businesses, all because of a lack of data. Enter Black Napkin. Black Napkin is the LinkedIn for the restaurant industry. We connect high-performing restaurant professionals to premium dining establishments. We are a multi-sided platform that positions restaurant managers to have better data and insights to make smart hires and make smart talent retention decisions. We also allow restaurant professionals to build their brand and reputation by being able to generate likes, endorsements, and comments from their guests, peers, and managers. We also allow restaurant guests to follow and like their favorite bartenders in order to recreate experiences, and also making the data set more rich. The cost of turnover in the US restaurant industry is $69 billion every single year. This is an industry comprised of 15.3 million professionals. Black Napkin is laser focused on the 6.8 million professionals working in premium dining establishments. You might be asking, so who else is doing this work? Well, technically on the talent sourcing side, we're continuing to compete against paper signs, job boards, and informal referral networks. We've also identified gaps in professional networks like LinkedIn and referral platforms like Yelp and OpenTable. What makes us a little bit different is that we bridge data and networking in order to ensure that restaurant owners have the data they need to never make a bad hire again. We also position restaurant professionals to build a brand and a reputation, making it more likely that they stay in the industry and have increased access to economic opportunity. We will monetize this value by positioning restaurants to purchase monthly subscriptions to access the talent pool. They will also be able to have talent retention insights. Restaurant professionals have both there's a free model for them, but they can also enhance their profile and make themselves more marketable by accessing a pro account. We recognize that in order to do this work well, it's important that we go to market in close communication with the key stakeholders. These are servers, bartenders, restaurant management, and restaurant owners. We are doing this by leveraging 3 key strategies. First, existing social platforms. We're also launching an ambassador program, and we have formalized restaurant relationships. To date, we've had more than 150 interviews with restaurant professionals, owners, and managers in order to truly understand those pain points in the recruitment and the retention process. With these insights in mind, we developed our MVP and closed our first beta. We have now shifted, now that the world is actually reopened, and we had a private launch with a set of VIP bartenders. In fact, we actually have one 2020 Tastemaker of the Year nominee actively engaged on the platform. So we're really excited to continue to get that feedback and in a really smart way, shift to market and bring it out now that the world is reopened. So the team of folks who are doing this work, between my co-founder and I, we have 25 plus years of professional experience. I actually had the privilege of being one of the earliest users of the LinkedIn recruiter license back in 2010. So I'm deeply familiar with the importance of leveraging networking and data in order to make smart talent acquisition decisions. I'm also personally connected to the service sector. So both of my parents have been in the service sector their entire careers. So I know the importance of being able to build a professional brand and reputation in order to access economic opportunities and continue to be bought into your pathway within an industry. We also have the fortune of a really strong strategy team behind us. We have experienced restaurant professionals, more than 100 years of experience in our cohort. We also have experienced entrepreneurs and leaders in the space. We're coming to you today because we're asking for additional relationships with restaurant owners. We're also searching for SaaS strategy advisors and experts at building online communities. But I ask you one thing, at the very least, the next time that you're at a premium dining establishment and you're having an incredible experience with a server or a bartender, I want you to imagine the world where amazing service is not the exception, it's actually the norm. And that's because of the Black Napkin Network standard. Cheers.
All right. Shout out to Tanya Edwards and Annette Holmes of Black Napkin. We're welcoming to the stage Hope Malvo, co-founder of Connect Pro, M&A Gurus, Hope and Miracle. Turning it over to you.
Hello, everyone. 47% of employees leave their employment in the first year, and 75% leave within 3 years of a merger and acquisition. This is why 70 to 90% of mergers and acquisitions, they fail to reach their financial projections. Now, this rate of failure is due to HR-related factors that lead to disengaged employees. Now, I don't know if you've ever been a part of a merger and acquisition, but it's been described as a traumatic experience. Most people even describe it as having grief. And then there's the culture clash, the us versus them mentality that takes place. And lastly, the newly merged company, the employees don't know the company's long-term goal. So they end up losing key talent. A mid-sized company spends $7 million plus in recruiting and training costs just to replace these lost employees. Well, we can increase greater engagement by fostering positive co-working relationships, having clarity of work expectation, and simply knowing what employees need to be successful in their role. We can increase retaining employees after a merger and acquisition by 24%. And that's why we created Connect Pro. We are a SaaS platform that delivers an intermediary human capital solution for post-mergers. Now, we know a little bit about this as we've done 16 mergers and acquisitions valued at $6 billion. So we know focusing on employee engagement in the first 90 days of a merger and acquisition is critical to its success. We also help clients confirm the assumptions around their deal thesis. So we remove the ambiguity that's around their human capital. And we know that there is a direct correlation between employee engagement and organization performance. Engaged employees increase profitability by 22%. So our team has over 25 years of experience. I know I look young. Over 25 years of experience in human resources and mergers and acquisition. And my co-founder and I, we specialize in culture alignment, workforce planning, and retention strategies. So let's get into the product. Our product was designed to keep a pulse on your human capital. With a centralized dashboard, we create a culture of collaboration, and your employees begin immediate engagement with one another. We also incentivize them through gamification to remain active in Connect Pro. Managers and administrators, if you want to know how engaged your employees are, that's pretty simple for us. We've created insight tracking for you. So at any given time, you can see how your employees are doing. We also have M&A specific training that's available in our platform. So the target market that we're looking at right now is high-tech mid-market. Now, this market had a deal value of $21 million as of Q1 2021. Now, this is just for market penetration, as we do plan to expand to other industries in the future. Our closest competitor is Smart. It's a Finland company that has a communications platform in the M&A space. We have indirect competitors that are other engagement platforms, but they don't have a M&A space and they create a siloed experience. Connect Pro's unique offering is that we become the single source of truth during your merger and acquisition by giving you real-time feedback on your human capital and providing a solution-based action plan. So that means that every company that starts their integration with Connect Pro has a shared culture of voice. Our revenue model, it is based on the mid-size market high tech. If we just obtain 5% of this market in year one, we'll gross $4.2 million with a 30% increase from year to year. Our pricing model is based on 0.25% of the total deal cost year one, and then we plan on having a $10K monthly subscription every year after. So we plan to convert 150 beta testers to be a part of our pilot program. We've surveyed 100 companies, and we currently, to date, have 100 users on our platform. So our client acquisition strategy will be through channel sales. So we want to focus on partnerships in order to get our clients in. Currently, we are in beta testing as we focus on strategic integrations. And our goal is ultimately to not just have clients on Connect Pro for an M&A. We want them to continue to use our platform after the M&A is done. So our ask is for companies that have a vested interest in having a successful merger and acquisition for their clients to partner with us so that we can make it happen. If there's anyone in your network, please don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you so much for your time.
Now, where else can you get a hope and a miracle? Shout out to Connect Pro. Next up is David Elcock with Austin Brooklyn Associates, your cybersecurity master.
Thank you. So listen, cybersecurity, shortage of cybersecurity practitioners, it's a huge, huge problem. Can we switch the screen? Or am I supposed to do that? Oh, let me help you. Let me help me. Right? Left one. There you go. Hey, there I am. Excuse me. Cybersecurity is a big challenge, and it's one of the challenges that many of us face every day, even corporations. What we're here to do is to create the cybersecurity practitioners and solve the challenge of the shortage of cybersecurity practitioners. Now listen, this is huge. This is huge. It's real, it's huge, and it's massive. If you look at that number, 350 billion records have been compromised just in the first 6 months of this year. Look at Hanafi and SolarWinds, 350 billion records at $140 to $400 a record. It's huge. It's magnetic. You can't even imagine the pain these organizations have to go through to deal with cybersecurity shortages. By 2025, you can average that we'll be paying $10.5 million annually for cyber crimes and cyber problems that we're going to be dealing with. This is going to continue unless we do something as a nation, as a corporation, as an organization to solve it. Today, 3.5 million vacancies in this country, globally. 1 million, nearly 1 million in the United States alone. How do we solve that problem? How do we do that? We have institutions of higher learning that are graduating 80,000 cybersecurity students a year. Well, that's great, but it's not going to solve the problem. It's too big. We need to change this at 145% to get even close to that 3.5 million. And worse yet, 1.1 in 4 of those folks graduating, they're just not prepared to deal with the kind of threats they're going to see and experience. It's just crazy and it's outrageous. But that's where Austin Brooklyn comes in, because we're going to create a virtual security operations center platform. In this platform, we're going to be able to take corporations on one side of the dime and non-traditional and traditional cybersecurity practitioners and put them together. This platform is going to change the way corporations find and seek and get to these cybersecurity practitioners, especially the non-traditional ones that we talk about here at DivInc. It's a whole different model, a whole different thought process, and a whole different approach. This cybersecurity approach that we're going to be using is to create this pipeline of both traditional practitioners, but at the same time, this virtual platform gives them the access to go through the process in a real simple fashion. It's a simple process, 5-step process, simple, easy, and very fluid. You go through from pre-assessment to onboarding in just 5 steps, and then you can find the type of practitioners that you've been looking for. If you're a municipal or government organization, a city organization, or even a corporation, we just have the exact way of taking and getting you through that process. So what does our revenue model look like? Our revenue model looks like we're going to be charging 20% of a placement's first year salary. It's a simple, easy practice and approach. It's very straightforward, and it makes it easy for organizations to pay us and to keep us as their vendor. We're also going to be doing some online and upskilling for their employees. And in the future, we'll be licensing our platform as a white label product. Today, we've been focusing on the municipal government. Why? Because they're very receptive. And I can tell you why that when we get a chance to talk more. But today is federal government. and municipal organizations. That's our first step. Our second step is go back to our corporate partners. So this is what our traction looks like, and I'm really happy to say that we've got traction in the first place. Right? As a startup, we've got some good traction, and that traction looks like $10K a quarter from city governments that have us training their residents in their city to become a smarter, more effective, more intelligent city, which is something that a lot of cities are looking for, but can't find. But we're the first as Austin, Brooklyn to do that. Yes, thank you. Right? We've also got a master service agreement with a federal contractor that's training veterans that are transitioning from the military, both able and disabled, that are coming out of that military service that they've served our country with and going into either DOD or corporate training. They're looking to us to train them because not many people are focused on training disabled veterans. And lastly, we've already registered with the Department of Labor to become a registered apprenticeship program. And what this means is that we have an opportunity to take as many folks from these untapped, unrecognized, unappreciated talent pool and put them through our training so they could be part of this exciting business of cybersecurity. So we're really looking forward to that. And I can tell you those numbers are not a joke, right? They're projected except the quarterly ones, but those numbers are not a joke. Those are real numbers. We've got competition like everyone else. The difference between us and our competition is that they don't have an online training platform. They don't have a matching component. And mostly, they're not even paying any attention to this untapped reservoir of talent that they simply ignore consistently and constantly. This is how we're going to make our money, because that revenue, that population of untapped practitioners is a gold mine of process for us. Now, our market is huge, but it really, when you look at $10 billion, that's everything in training online everywhere, training in nursing, training in everything. We've decided to focus our attention on a small market for now, and that's the municipal market, because they've been very receptive to what we're doing. They're trying to train their residents in their communities to be smart for the corporations that they need. And that's going to be part of our channel as well. This is our team. I got to tell you, I was lucky to get these cats. IBM, Citigroup, of course, me over there. The Yahoo, federal customers, corporate industry, across every sector. We've got about 50 plus years of experience here with our team and our advisors. Oh, I just skipped over. So let me get to the ask really quickly. We know that our platform is the kind of platform that's going to need coddling and help through version 2. So we're looking for some software platform support through version 2. And so we're looking forward to some of our partners to give us that support. And lastly, we've got to grow our business in the corporate space. We're looking for decision makers in heavily regulated industries, pharmaceuticals, energy, you name it. You name it, right? But that's what we're looking for. I'm David Elcock. I'm with Austin, Brooklyn, and we're creating supply for the cybersecurity demand.
All right. Good job, David. Listen, nobody wants to be a victim of a data breach, so call David. All right. So shout out to all these founders that just went. Yes. All of this would not be possible without collaboration. We are so happy that our founders have been working with some of our amazing partners and mentors. I know you guys want to shout out some mentors, but we don't have time. But we want to thank you all for your commitment to their success, which is imperative to society and our global economy. This includes our partners at Mercury Fund. Shout out to Mercury Fund. And all of the other mentors that have been instrumental to you guys. That's a big part of this program here. I always encourage mentors and meeting with as many as possible. And yes, click in the slide. That's it. David didn't do that for me. Okay. So yes, so Mercury Fund is one of our biggest partners. So I'm going to invite Blair Guru up to share a few words.
right, thank you, Joy. So first off, I've probably been to over 100 demo days in my 20-year venture career. Easily 90 of those have been in person, right? We've backed Techstars and we've backed Surge Accelerator here in Houston. Like, we've seen it all over the last 10 years. And I would say that listing of companies is as good as I've ever seen, period. As good as I've ever seen. Now, the key is, you're going to say, all right, Blair, well, okay, great. Well, where are you putting your money, right? When's your money coming? And that's the next step, okay? We are so excited that DivInc allowed Mercury to partner with them. It's not the other way around. That we're excited that DivInc allowed us to partner with them. And when I talked to Preston and Ashley about what we wanted to do, how Mercury wanted to open our aperture to see more diverse founders, to fund more diverse founders, right? To look through your eyes at all the unique contexts and experiences that you have. We can't do that at Mercury. We can't do that alone. We're not doing that from the deals that we're seeing, right? And so Ashley's like, okay, what are you thinking? And we're like, well, first, how many cohorts are you going to do this year? And I've told this story a couple of times tonight. And Preston and Ashley are like, we don't know. Houston, maybe 1, maybe 2. And we're like, well, how about 100 entrepreneurs? How much would it take to do 100 entrepreneurs? And Preston's like, I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. And he got back, right? How long did it take? A week? And he came back and he said, $3 million. And we said, all right, we'll do 10% and we'll go out and help you raise the rest in Houston. And he's like, that's awesome. But that's just a start, right? That's the start, because the goal is to have everyone who comes up here, when they leave, have 50 to 100K, right? And after 6 months to a year, have tons of venture capital funds coming in and saying, okay, where do we put our money next, right? Where do we put our money next? I'm also working on another project with the city that'll be announced in a couple of months. And that project has already been thinking about putting 300,000 to 500,000 beside these companies, right? So that we can divide the capital up. I was talking to Preston this morning, and there's already more corporate partners. Look, JP Morgan, Verizon, Rice, thank you. First off, thank you, right? You seeded the idea, you brought it to Houston, and now it's taking flight. But the goal is going to be more capital and more time. Now I'm going to leave with this. Preston's like, well, is there anything else? I said, yeah, I want to open Mercury's doors to you. The Ion's not going to be ready. I talked to Allison Thacker and Jan and the whole Ion team, and I said, look, we're not trying to take the place of the Ion. We just want it to be a temporary stay so that the teams feel welcome. And what if they're able to come in our venture capital halls and see what we're doing is not that special. It's not that different from any other job. How do we make what we do less opaque? Now, what's interesting is they're like, okay, we're coming, right? Ashley's there. Preston comes in when he's in town, right? Joy's out of there. The teams are coming in and out. And like, some of my partners were like, well, how long are they going to stay? And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, well, they're like family now, right? We're helping them out. But like, I don't know about you, but when my parents come in town, I want them out of there in about 2 weeks, all right? And what's been great is how natural this has been, right? I mean, how natural has it been, right? To come in, and we're really busy, and so, me especially, but when you get our time, we're there to help. I mean, I'm leaning over to Ashley, I'm taking notes going, okay, we need to make this intro to John. We need to make this intro to Miracle, right? It does not end today, it begins, right? It begins. So my challenge, right, is not only to the corporates out there to do your part, because corporates always do their part. My challenge is to every VC watching, do your part. This is not hard. It is easy, and it'll be one of the more rewarding things that your firm will do. So with that, thank you very much.
Thank you, Blair. Our next partner is Verizon. We want to give them a shout out because this cohort would also not be made possible without Verizon. Each founder received $10,000. So we're going to have some words from our sponsors at Verizon.
Hi, can you hear me? Hopefully. Hi, everyone. I am Katie Davis, and I work in social innovation strategy at Verizon. So first, of course, I want to say congratulations to the cohort. I am so thrilled to be here with you tonight virtually. I wish I could be there in person. It looks like you guys are having a great time. The presentations so far have been amazing, and I really can't wait to see what the rest of you have in store tonight. In 2020, we launched a program called Citizen Verizon, which is our plan for social, environmental, and economic advancement. And within that framework, we committed to supporting underrepresented technology founders with both financial support and technology expertise to help founders advance their technologies and advance their businesses, really for all the reasons that Preston articulated at the opening here. We believe really strongly in inclusive innovation, and we know that bringing more diverse voices with different lived experiences just brings more and better ideas into the world. And as we were looking at how to get involved in this space, it became really clear that there were a lot of organizations already doing great work in this space, and we wanted to support what was already happening in the ecosystem and in communities, as opposed to spinning up something new. And DivInc was repeatedly recommended to me from all different kinds of sources, actually. And so we had to meet the DivInc team, and Preston and Monica kind of got us hooked. And we're just so proud to partner with you in supporting diverse technology entrepreneurs with such critical resources to help them develop innovative solutions and advance their businesses. And again, I'm just thrilled to see the fruits of that tonight. So thank you so much to Joy and Ashley and Brooke and Monica, who have been really amazing to partner with and have put together such a remarkable program. And of course, again, congratulations to Cohort 8. My Verizon colleagues and I have so enjoyed getting to meet you and learn about your companies over the past few months. I think from the first 5 minutes we spent with you in a Zoom meeting, the energy and engagement was just so incredible and really, really a fun time, honestly, getting to know you all. And I know we actually have plans for continued engagement on some technology road mapping and things still to come in the coming weeks. So we will certainly be keeping in touch, and we can't wait to see what you all have to do.
All right. So, okay, are you guys ready for your next 5 founders? Listen, I'm blown away by the first 5, so I hope you're going to be blown away by the next 5 too. I mean, you are. So it's not even a hope. We do have a hope and a miracle, but you're going to be blown away. So I want to, again, thank our mentors. We have so many that have been an instrumental part of these founders' success. So thank you. I can't name everybody, but we have this amazing slide that captures all of these mentors. But thank you again. So next up, we have Madison Long. Her co-founder is Simone May, a campus concierge. She's going to be helping these parents get their kids out of their pockets. Oh.
Amen to that. I know we've all heard of the broke college student narrative, right? Trying to pull a couple bucks together to get pizza at the end of the week, pick up an odd job to make ends meet. Well, my name's Madison, and I, along with my technical co-founder, Simone May, have developed Campus Concierge, a digital marketplace connecting students with side hustles to students looking for affordable services. We, along with our incredible team of developers, advisors, mentors, and more, have been able to bring this vision to life and are going to change the lives of millions of college students. Did you know that 1 in 3 college see this trend blowing up just as we see the gig economy growing, pandemic, and moving forward? So that's where we come in. Imagine you're a current college student and you're really good at braiding hair. Maybe you do photography. Maybe you tutor. You're able to sign up on our platform, set your own pricing and your own schedule, and have instant access to the students on your campus and campuses nearby. Right now, the alternatives for this basically are word of mouth and social media marketing. And if you want to pick up just a random kind of side gig, you can do that, but you can't really focus on the hyper-localized community of your college campus. And though we see some bigger players like eBay on campus coming into play, they're selling goods between students, there aren't any competitors that are adding the unique value that we create. And that value looks like three major things. One, having that hyper-localized student-to-student service marketplace. Two, guaranteeing secure and timely payments. Big for students, might I add. Plus, we add that extra level of safety, knowing that you're working in that community environment and have our customer support available 24/7. But don't just take our word for it. Students also see this unique value. In just 4 weeks, we have signed up over 1,600 students from 60 universities in the US for our waitlist. Thank you, thank you. And this is growing by 65% week over week. Some of these universities you might recognize on the screen. There's a lot of engagement right here in the Texas area, and we'll use this waitlist to help inform our go-to-market strategy. But before we go to market, let's just take a quick look at the market. Right now, college students who have side hustles are making on average $8,500 a year. This provides us the ability to obtain 1% of the SAM over the next 4 years, about $600 million. And how we'll do that is primarily through commission fees. So imagine when we launch at Rice this fall, we're going to get 1,000 active users. That means they're booking a service about 3 times a month, nothing crazy. That will generate about $100,000 in monthly recurring transactions, which we'll take 5 to 10% of and going up to 15% once we have the critical mass on campus. How we'll do that is, yes, we're starting with Rice. We've already kicked off our private beta and have some of our first providers signed up. And we are in talks with administrators at TSU to also launch on their campus this fall. That'll put us on track to getting 5 Houston-based schools signed up by the end of the semester, 5 more next semester, and be on track to have 25 schools on the Campus Concierge platform by the end of 2022, generating $2.5 million in recurring transactions. Y'all gassing me. But in order to leverage this already existing momentum and support us going to market, we need your help. 1, please connect us to your alma maters. Whether they're in the Houston area or local Texas area, that'd be fantastic to talk to advisors at the university, administrators, or current students. 2, we are looking for an advisor that has an expertise in the B2C marketplace, market or startup environment, and then lastly, continue circulating our waitlist. We plan to have over 5,000 students signed up by the start of this fall semester. So with that, I want to say a huge thank you to the DivInc team, mentors, advisors, the partners for getting us to this stage. We looked way different when we started DivInc, and now we know the clear path to making our dreams a success. If you'd like to set up time with me, feel free to scan the QR code. I would love to chat more. Thank you.
Yes. Good job, Madison. Tell your kids to get a job. Next up is Pedro Silva of Milkify, helping mamas all over the world.
Hi, everybody. My name is Pedro Silva, the co-founder of Milkify. So I just became a new dad, and one of the most mind-blowing parts of this experience has been watching my baby, who's right over there, get bigger every day on nothing but a diet of her mom's breast milk. Breast milk is liquid gold because it's the life-giving substance that keeps my baby alive and growing. Now, women go to great lengths to store their breast milk for later use so they can continue providing it to their infants even when they're not with them. I've seen my own wife go through this, and in fact, 4 out of 5 moms store their breast milk for later use. But breast milk requires frozen storage, and this creates several problems. Not only does frozen breast milk degrade rapidly in quality and taste, but it's hard to use. It's even harder to transport. It takes up valuable freezer space, and as many moms found out during the recent Texas winter freeze, it's vulnerable to power outages. Now, after all the work that goes into pumping breast milk, it expires in as little as 3 months in the freezer. But what if there was a better way to store and transport breast milk? It turns out there is. When my wife was getting a PhD, she used a technology called lyophilization, or freeze drying, to save sensitive materials in the lab. So she thought, well, why don't we freeze dry breast milk? So it turns out that researchers from around the world have been looking into this for decades, and their research has found that the best way to store and transport breast milk is actually as a freeze-dried powder. Freeze-dried breast milk not only preserves the nutrients, probiotics, and immune factors in the milk, it makes it last for 3 years on the shelf without any refrigeration required. To use, all you have to do is add water. It's super easy to transport, and it takes up 90% less space than frozen milk. Now, there's been a lot of innovation around how breast milk is pumped, around where it's pumped, around how it's shipped, and even around how it's fortified or substituted. Freeze-drying breast milk is not only the best way to store and use the milk, it's also a simple and innovative solution for fortification and transportation as well. So we created Milkify, the first ever consumer breast milk freeze-drying service. Here's how it works. We send mom an insulated cooler that keeps materials frozen for up to 96 hours. Mom uses that cooler to ship her frozen breast milk to Milkify. Milkify then freeze dries it and sends it back to her in easy-to-use, convenient packets that last for 3 years on the shelf. Now, since launching our service in January of this year, we've generated over $50,000 in revenue by serving over 100 happy moms across the nation in all 50 states and saving over 20,000 ounces of their breast milk from the freezer. And that's just the beginning. Every single mom we've interviewed has said that her freeze-dried breast milk powder was easier and more convenient to use than frozen milk. Freeze-dried breast milk gives moms convenience, it gives them peace of mind, and it gives them freedom. Now, with 3 million moms in the US storing their breast milk for later use, this is a huge opportunity that's only in its infancy, if you pardon my pun. But we know consumer moms aren't the only ones facing the problem of storing breast milk. Breast milk is a life-saving medicine in the NICUs of hospitals. Employers face the challenge of providing support to breastfeeding moms returning to the workplace. And milk banks deal with millions of ounces of breast milk every year, all of which must be stored. So how do we take this to market? Milkify is building a presence with the people and company that breastfeeding moms already go to for trusted advice and support. Now, by making these companies into our resellers, affiliates, and overall champions of our service, we're able to reach our exact target demographic with a high conversion rate and at a very low cost of acquisition. Now, these economics translate into a lifetime customer value that is nearly 8 times our cost of acquisition. And with our 70% contribution margin, this gives us the economics that we need to scale a B2C platform on a national level. Now, this platform will be the perfect launching pad to then scale a B2B service targeting those adjacent markets I was just telling you about, the NICUs, the milk banks, and employers. Now, we're the perfect team to execute on our mission to revolutionize the way moms everywhere store and transport their breast milk. With my wife and co-founder's research background and proven operational track record, and with my expertise in strategic partnerships, finance, and technology, we have skill sets that are perfectly complementary for what comes next. And as parents to a 4-month-old breastfeeding baby, we are deeply and intimately familiar with this problem, as well as passionate about solving it. But we know we can't do this alone. So we've begun to build a team of amazing advisors and partners led by scientists, medical practitioners, and entrepreneurs to help us build a company that will enable moms everywhere to go from freezer to freedom. So our ask to you today is, tell a breastfeeding mom about us. She can use the promo code that you see on the screen, DivInc21, and get $25 off her service. Thank you very much, and thank you to the DivInc team.
Got Milkify. Yes. Congratulations, Pedro Silva and Berkeley. All right. Next up, we have Jacob Vincent, co-founder of Sorrel, revolutionizing sales processes.
Thank you so much, Joy. Countless hours are spent by the average sales rep just manually inputting data into their CRM. This is costing companies millions of dollars of lost revenue every year. Time and money are the biggest commodities that we have. Let me show you a day in the life of the average sales rep. You got the manager calling them. Hey, did you update your system yet? We're about to have that forecasting call. We're about to have that pipeline call. Get back in there, make sure all the fields are filled out. Because you know how what leadership says, they need to know that you sales folks are selling. If it's not in Salesforce, it doesn't exist. And what are you trying to do as a sales rep? You're trying to sell. You're not trying to enter data. You're trying to line up the next customer meeting to get that deal going so you can actually get paid. What if you could just talk to your CRM? Before we dig into that a little bit, let's tell you what we did. We were in those shoes. We sold. I was on the business side as an account executive, and my co-founder on the technical side as a solution architect. We've been selling for decades. We encountered this problem ourselves. When we tried to solve it with tools that were on the market, they added new UIs, new windows, new plugins, new steps to our already busy workflow. And then when you step back and look at the broader market, well, you either have to understand API engineering or scripting, or pay out of your own pocket to hire an engineer or a consultant to build some little plugin for you. Not with Sorrel. Just say it. Talk to your CRM. Now it makes your CRM in your workplace accessible. Now we're thinking through the future of work. We're thinking of the future of work modalities as we're starting to emerge from COVID. Sorrel helps. We're looking at the market. It's a big market. The sales and service productivity market, massive, tens of billions of dollars. But looking at the players in this space, the average revenue of a sales productivity company, $100 million. We can get to that. And this is how. We're projecting ending the year at about $250,000 in revenue using our tiered pricing model. If you're an individual, you can sign up. And if you're an enterprise, we have a plan for you as well. And how are we getting to that $250,000? Well, what we've been doing so far, tens of thousands of emails sent, growing page views, hundreds of interviews, and coming out of all this, we have 5 beta companies signed up. Thank you. And we have 3 LOI conversations in flight now. So coming out of this, as I close, do any of you know a head of sales? Do any of you know a head of sales ops? We'd really appreciate the introduction. You guys want to give Sorrel a try for yourself? Go ahead. Sorrel.us/beta. Try it out. Thank you so much.
Great job, Jacob. Solving those sales headaches. All right, next up we have John Patillo of Southwest Digital Distribution, where the music world will never be the same.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, the energy here has been crazy today. My cohorts have been doing a great job. But right now it's about me. All right. I want you guys to know that the music business is alive and well. But the music business has a problem. And that problem, my clicker. The music business is alive and well, but it got a big issue. And that big issue is that it's been cheating the independent music artists. It's been doing this because of lack of transparency and no access to a platform to help the independent music artists. At Southwest Digital, we allow the independent music artists and we give them access to be able to, At Southwest Digital, we allow the independent music artists, sorry about that. At Southwest Digital, our platform allows the independent music artists to have access to a distribution platform. We interviewed over 100 different artists, and they all just wanted to know how to effectively monetize their music. They wanted to know that the money that they were earning, they wanted to see it, and they wanted us to provide them with easy access. I'm sorry, blew it. I've been so excited for clicked off over there. Sorry about that. I got to go to full screen. It went to full screen. All right. Our platform provides full transparency for the artists to have access to win. We have a user-friendly platform where artists can easily upload their music and video content. They can see their streaming royalties in real time, and they can see their daily sales also on real time. We have strategic partnerships with our back-end partners that allow additional customer support and best practices to help us with music artists. Our platform allows independent artists the opportunity to upload their music to the likes of Pandora, Amazon, Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube Music. We also service a global community of other digital service providers that give our artists access to a global community. With our current revenue model, we charge 20% on the back end. With that 20%, all the money that's generated from the independent artists have the opportunity, with that 20% commission, unlike our competitors who charge a subscription fee for artists to be on their platforms. Currently, with our traction, we're earning about $60,000 a month in revenue. We chose to get into this marketplace because the independent sector accounted for $2.6 billion in revenue. The Southwest team has over 50 years experience in the music business. My name is John Patillo, and I'm the CEO. I bring the technical expertise and the relationships with our technical and digital service providers. Federico is a DJ, a serial entrepreneur that helps us with all the marketing strategies. And Robert Gilliman is the brand. Robert helped launch the likes of Cash Money, Lil Wayne, No Limit, and several other gold and platinum artists. Robert had a company called Southwest Wholesale, and Southwest Wholesale was a $100 million company in the late 90s and early 2000s. Now, Southwest Digital has no inventory, no accounting worries, and full transparency. We started our journey in December of 2019. Within the first 30 days, we were able to launch beta and put independent artists into our system. And within a year, we were able to pick up 200 users. And once again, that helped us to generate over $60,000 a month. We're on a trajectory by the end of the year to be grossing over $300,000 a month in gross revenues. What Southwest is looking for? We're looking for a strategic partnership to help us in our growth. All the co-founders are here today. And for those of you who are in the digital space, feel free to Zoom us. We thank you.
Good job, JP. Don't apologize for your greatness. Next up is Shelly Murdoch with Fit to Flaunt, changing the way we all work out.
Hello, I'm Shelly Murdoch, founder of Fit to Flaunt. Fit to Flaunt is a digital platform helping women achieve total wellness through pole fitness, interactive workshops, and community engagement. Consider us the Peloton of pole fitness. Women can have fun and get fit right from the comfort of their homes. Ladies, how many times have you gone shopping, tried on an outfit, glanced in the mirror, and the first thought that came to mind was, I need to work out? You're not alone. Studies show that 97% of women admit to having at least one negative thought about their bodies every single day. And 65% of the women who don't go to the gym report that it's because they're afraid of being judged. Well, that's where Fit to Flaunt comes in. With our easy-to-install fitness poles and subscription-based mobile app, women have access to workouts that get them fit, build confidence, and completely transform the way they feel about themselves. They also have access to a community of almost 350,000 flaunters ready to support, encourage, and motivate them. In just 14 short months, Fit to Flaunt has generated over $1.6 million in revenue. And we're currently on track to close out 2021 with $3 million in total gross sales. Thank you. Right now, the online fitness market is at the early stages of explosive growth. What was a $6 billion industry in as early as 2019 is projected to reach $59 billion by 2027. Yes. We plan to capitalize on that growth with our software and equipment business model. Customers visit our website, they purchase their Fit to Flaunt dance pole, they then download our app and subscribe to a 2-week free trial period. The free trial then converts to a $20 per month or $150 per year paid subscription. As of last month, our conversion rate from free trial to paid subscription was 65%. So what's next for Fit to Flaunt? Well, the current version of our app was our MVP that we launched for $9,000. Now that we have proof of concept, we've hired a brand new development team and we're making major upgrades to the app's performance and the user experience. We've also hired an engineering team and we're completely redesigning the Fit to Flaunt dance pole. Our prototype will be available August of 2021. So how is all of this getting done? I've been in the pole fitness industry for the last 12 years. I have 3 physical locations in South Florida, and I've traveled all around the world teaching classes and giving workshops. Fit to Flaunt was my way of scaling up and bringing the benefits of pole fitness to women all over the world. Yes. Fit to Flaunt is quickly turning into a global brand, and the most important thing right now is building a solid team. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking you for introductions to any connections you may have in the manufacturing industry within the US or near shore. I'm also asking for introductions to talent with experience working in sales and marketing, product management, and operations. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you, DivInc.
Shelly, good job. Everybody wants a poll. You get a poll. You get a poll. Everybody gets a poll. You got to buy it, though. Sorry. We're not giving polls away at DivInc. Go to fittoflaunt.com. All right. Give another round of applause for our 10 amazing founders. Well, companies, because there's more than 10 founders. We are so excited about them, and this is just the beginning of our journey here in Houston and with these founders. Make sure you follow all of these companies and track their progress because they're doing big things. Another special thank you to our sponsors, our mentors, our board partners, all of you who are watching, all of you who are here supporting these founders. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. All right, so I want all of you to come up here, and we're also excited about opening up applications for our next cohort. Didn't say when, so don't get excited. Don't email me. Don't text me. Don't DM me. We don't know when that's going to be, but make sure you sign up for our newsletter so that you can be in the know. So guys, come up here. We got to get a picture, and we want to celebrate these guys. Give them another round of applause, and I have something for you all too. We have something for you all.
button.